Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got a great session for you all with Asana. Day 4, how are we feeling? Good? Good energy? All right, love it. Well, it's been a great week, right? A lot of innovating, learning, connecting, and building together. And today we're going to talk about a smarter way to work with Asana and the power of humans and AI and what that can mean for your organization as well. My name is Neil Patel. I'm on the product marketing team here at Asana, and I focus on AI and platform, so the integrations of our platform itself. And for today, we're going to talk about architecting the future of work and how you can be thinking about that for your organization. So like many of you, I remember GPTs being released into the wild in March of this year and how we all sprung to try it out for ourselves. I tried it for writing marketing campaign briefs or creating a Beyonce-themed playlist for my fiance's birthday. That's a true story. And what we've seen is there are a lot of those individual productivity use cases that are really powerful, but what we've seen as well is we're at the cusp of a golden age of productivity that's going to transform when we really start thinking about the applications across your organization for AI. And so that's what we're really going to talk about today, especially given that there's a lot of builders here. And we're seeing that in reports with McKinsey that builders, those product development cycles are going to speed up twice as fast, if not more, over the course of the next few years with AI. But to get there, we know one fundamental truth. Data matters. Quality work data matters. And to get those reliable, accurate, trusted outputs from generative AI, you need to get your data in order. And that's one of the first principles we wanted to share with you all, is how you can do that for your organization. But to give you a better perspective of this, I want to take us on a little relatable travel analogy. An analogy we can all relate to, most of us doing this, coming here to this conference, air travel. For air travel, there are two key roles that come to mind. You have co-pilots and you have air traffic control. Both are required to land every plane safely, securely, and efficiently. The use cases we see for AI today are more in the co-pilot side, focused on individual productivity. But I want to talk about how you get to having the benefits of both, including air traffic control. And so let's break that down a little bit. Co-pilots are focused on local optimization. They're really concerned of how do you get from point A to point B for my specific flight path. A lot of what you can see from the AI use cases today around individual productivity, how to generate content faster, how to write, how to edit, how to improve your overall work as an individual. But for organizations to really be successful with AI, they also need to be thinking about the global optimization, the efficiency of the greater system. And that's where air traffic control comes in and what you can do for your organization by thinking about a strategy for AI that thinks about your entire organization, having the right visibility, the right standards that play into having that greater trust in the overall system. And that's the Asana difference. We are focused on being both a co-pilot for individuals and an air traffic control for your organizations, departments, and teams. And with this, it means we can give a greater field of vision for customers and organizations to make more informed business decisions and hit their goals faster. This approach gives that macro level visibility, as you can see here. You're thinking about the greater system. And for us, our ability to be both a co-pilot and air traffic control is because while generative AI is the new exciting thing, AI is actually not new to us, going back to the importance of data. We've been laying our foundation for the past 15 years, and now we see that this is going to not only help accelerate our customers' missions, but ours as well of helping humanity thrive. So now let's shift back to what this has to do with work. Work is also undergoing a big shift in productivity right now. What we've seen in this next age of digital transformation is that we're moving from that personal, departmental, to company-wide productivity that's really going to help organizations succeed in the next wave. But there's a problem we're all facing, we're all feeling it, even here today. And it's that the way we work is actually fundamentally broken. We spend nearly 3 days a week on busy work, things we can all relate to. time spent searching emails for the latest information, having a lot of those unproductive meetings, even though they may be intended to mean well, trying to keep spreadsheets up to date with the latest information of knowing who is doing what by when. This approach is not working, and for us to think about that air traffic control model for our organizations, we need to really think about how do we up-level this through work management. And the why behind why this is broken is clear. We've got teams, departments, all working in what we're calling silos. Why? Because they're all using different tools. We have tools for everything nowadays. Tools for goal setting, tools for planning, tools for execution. This creates more silos because not everyone is working together. Again, thinking about that air traffic control. With this approach, you have siloed data. And what does that mean for AI? That means you run the risk of the black box problem. This creates that disconnected data that AI cannot surface the right insights or the full picture of information needed to be successful. You can't understand how are they coming up with the decisions? What are the outputs? How can you trust those outputs if you don't know what inputs are going into coming up with those recommendations? And you start asking yourself questions. Questions like, are these good recommendations? How can I unpack what it's telling me? Or can I really trust what it's saying, what AI is telling me I should be thinking about next? These are all the right questions to be asking. And to solve this, you need to get your data in order and have the right data model for your work, for your organization. And at Asana, this is our enterprise work management platform. We have over 139,000 paying customers in finance, media, retail, tech, customers like Amazon, and we call the data model that powers this platform the work graph. It essentially what it's doing is providing a map of all the work within your organization and across all the teams. And with this, we're able to capture the real-time connections, the real-time updates, so you can see all those connection points of work across the organization. So let's break this down of what it actually means and what it looks like as you build up the work graph. So it starts with tasks and projects at the team level. But the magic really happens when you have multiple departments starting to adopt and use our platform as their single source of truth for work. You start seeing that teams across marketing, operations, and others start connecting together. And once you reach critical mass of those teams working to achieve goals, that's where executives can see the alignment, course correct, and really help your teams work towards your ultimate mission. With the work graph, individuals understand all the work assigned to them. Project managers can share the status and understand where they might have blockers on projects. Portfolio managers can see how all those projects are connected together. And then executives can see, are we on track to actually hit our goals? And if not, getting the insights you need to course correct along the way, all in one place. So what does this mean for all of you? It means a smarter way to work. The pain I mentioned at the beginning, those 3 days lost per week, we're seeing our customers get 2 of those days back with our productivity platform of everything centralized in one place. We're helping companies drive greater clarity and productivity, thinking about the goals they set and how are they actually working towards achieving them. Maximizing impact by automating handoffs, workflows, creating the right systems in place for teams and departments to work together. And then scaling with confidence, being able to think about an enterprise-ready solution that is meant for organizations. And with this data model, it is the effective approach you should be considering when adopting AI. And why? Because the time to wait is, you can't wait. Now's the time. A lot of people are turning to AI, trying to figure out how to use it for their businesses. We're seeing that 36% in our own research with the Work Innovation Lab, that folks are knowledge workers are starting to use AI as part of their everyday job. They're optimistic and really excited about what it could mean for them, going back to the productivity of builders and what they're looking to get out of AI. But on the same token, there's concerns. There's a lot around ethics that people are fearful about. How many of you are also concerned about the ethics of AI? Right? Yeah, me too. And what we found in our research is that 9 in 10 knowledge workers are actually having some concerns about the ethics for AI. And that's why when you're thinking about how to implement AI within your organization, you want to think about solutions that have principles in place and what those principles are. For us at Asana, we have 5 guiding principles to what we call our human-centered approach to AI. And I want to walk you through those real quick. So the first is that AI should help people achieve their goals. We want to help drive outcomes, not just generate more outputs. We're going to see a lot of that with AI, of generating more content, a lot more of that busy work in some respects. But if you're thinking about AI for driving outcomes, hitting those goals, that's where you're really going to be successful. The second is going back to our human-centered approach to AI. We design for human plus AI teams. Humans should always be in the loop. Always. They play a big role in how to use AI effectively. And as part of that, people should always still be accountable for their decisions. So while AI might suggest, it might surface insights, humans will still always be in the driver's seat to confirm those actions. And that's what we are thinking about with the AI solutions we've started rolling out to our customers, making sure that customers feel in control of the insights that are coming up and whether they want to discard them or keep them. And then fourth and fifth are true to our platform since it was first founded, which is our continued commitment to safety in the short and long run, especially around AI, and then also building transparency into practice and product. So we will always be clear with our customers of where and how their data is being used and what are the LLM providers we are working with. And that's something you should be thinking about for your organization as well. So with that approach to AI, we have Asana Intelligence and how AI is joining the team at Asana powered by our Work Graph data model. And what this means is that we're able to drive that clarity, impact, and scale for our customers with AI, meaning that we can help accelerate decision-making to hit those goals. We can focus on the right work at the right time, really separating that signal from noise, and then having the ability to save time by scaling workflows, scaling onboarding processes that matter to global operations. And with Asana Intelligence, you get AI that's constantly improving and optimizing over time to meet your evolving business needs. So for us, our vision with AI is to be the intelligent navigation system for organizations. So going back to that air travel analogy, we really see this in 3 levels. The first is that we want to be that intelligent co-pilot for individuals, really helping them understand how to create, prioritize, and move their work forward. The second is we want to be a collaboration radar for teams. So thinking about the workflows and the waypoints by which they create those handoffs across departments and teams. And then finally, going back to the air traffic control for organizations so that you have that entire system operating together within one platform. You know, for us to achieve that vision, it wouldn't be possible without the right partnerships. And for us at Asana, we are laser focused on having the right partnerships in place. Partnerships like the one we have with Amazon and AWS. Earlier this week at reInvent, we announced an early preview App Fabric. For those of you not familiar with App Fabric, it's a service that connects SaaS applications together to enhance security and increase productivity. We're seeing that the average enterprise has over 323 SaaS applications that they need to keep track of that teams are using every day. That is a digital maze and a lot of confusion. But with solutions like App Fabric combined with Asana Intelligence, we're able to help declutter and centralize and connect data from the tools in your tech stack into one centralized place, in that case being our platform Asana. And so with solutions like this, we're able to create experiences for our customers, something we're calling smart home. The ability to get the data from your email, from your calendar, from your other tools in your tech stack, centralized into one place. In this case, the home view of Asana. And what that means is it's not just bringing the data into one place. With the power of AI, it's also giving you actionable insights of what to do with that data. So maybe you come into Asana to start your day and you see at the top insights from your calendar that says, hey, you have a meeting with your product team later today. Here's everything you need to know and how to get up to speed on the key takeaways. You're able to action that work forward, all without having to context switch between all those tools. So over time, this is something we're really thinking about, and partnerships will continue to play a big role for us. So 3 takeaways from today for you all and how you're thinking about, hey, how can I walk away and apply this to my business, my teams, my work? The first is get your data in order when you're thinking about AI, right? Going back to data models, thinking about that air traffic control, having your data centralized in one place will be critical for then supercharging it with AI. The second is really think about how are we putting ourselves, our teams at the core of everything we do with AI. And so don't let teams be an afterthought to your AI strategy. Start there and then build into it accordingly. And then finally, think about the outcomes over outputs. So again, AI solutions that really think about how are we not just focus on individuals, but the departments, the executives, and how are we bringing that together to hit our goals. So with these three strategies, that's how you can really think about architecting the future of work. That was the session we had for today. So I want to open up to any live questions we have. I'll also be available after. We have members of the Asana team. Asana team, please raise your hand. If you want to connect with any of them, please find us after.